When we landed on Kina on the let me do this. When we landed on Kina on the wheel, I have to admit that I was a little bit dubious about our prospects. I hadn't seen much on this game since it released, and honestly, I was apprehensive about it. Like I thought it was going to be just another one of those kind of games. I thought it was going to be more linear, just kind of going through missions like you would in some older games, and then maybe be a little bit cutesy here and there, and then that's the game, and just kind of like a whatever experience. But it kind of quickly turned out to be way more than I thought it was going to be, especially considering how little I hear about this game. I'm actually very surprised about how little, maybe not hype, but was this a PlayStation exclusive? Is that maybe why I didn't hear much about it? Now I think about it. But yeah, the Kena is a super fantastic, very wonderful game that is surprisingly good for being the kind of studio's first foray into this genre. It definitely blends a lot of different game types into each other that in ways that I think work in some ways and don't work in other ways. It does. I think initially it was supposed to be like an animated series or something, and you can definitely tell that by how they engage you with the story parts of the game, which are essentially just animated, like an animated series. And I think one of the bigger flaws of the game is, especially that it doesn't necessarily blend those types of gameplay too well together. The super intense emotional parts of the game in the animated moments and like the regular gameplay, those don't necessarily mesh really well. Unlike something like God of War, which you would say like all the gameplay types, they're kind of meshed together to create a very cohesive experience. And those feel a little bit more divisive, like they're kind of working against each other to a certain extent. And that's mostly because the gameplay segments of the game don't really they don't really do much for the emotional parts of the game. They don't really make those stand out more or build those up better. Which I guess is worth saying that despite that, those emotional moments of the game, the animated moments, are really good. Those are solid, like 10 out of 10 moments. I got a little bit teary-eyed on a couple of them, and that's with no build-up at all, essentially. Like, the build-up is the scene happens. That's it. You don't really know much about the characters before. You might have seen some glimpses of them in the little in those little visions you get from time to time, but that's it. So you have this very short build-up, and they're very, very emotionally powerful. They just, I don't know what it is. They just really nailed that the emotions and the aesthetics in those, and managed to tell a very compelling story in just like 3, 4, 5 minutes for those characters, which is really, really, really good. I think the world building is a little bit whatever, I think, but I think they do a good job of establishing a world at least, and I do think Kina's role in it is interesting, though. This feels very much like almost like a test or a prologue, because nothing in this game really teaches us much about Kina, which is where I think the game probably would have benefited a lot if it was more narratively driven, rather than being this kind of Metroidvania style, travel around, find things, pick up objects, build your power, get RPG mechanics. I think they might have benefited more from focusing more on Kina as a character, and then how she interacts with these other characters. I think that could have been a good choice. But I do think overall what they do here was really, really solid. Going through it like we normally do, the gameplay in this I think it was good. I think it's a very good first attempt at this type of gameplay, and some of it works really well, some of it doesn't. I think the combat in it needs a lot of refinement to be good. I think some stuff they tried out worked really well, some stuff didn't. It ends up feeling very disjointed and clunky in a lot of places, particularly in some control segments of the game. Like I said before, if you want to aim the bow, you hold L2. If you want to shoot with the bow, you hit L2 or R2, right? Hello, Cal. Or no, R1? I don't remember. Oh yeah. It is R2. And that sounds easy enough, right? But the problem is that you also use R2 for heavy attacks. So what happened to me frequently is I would jump, and then I wanted to hold. I wanted to. When you jump and you hold on the bow, it's slow motion. Great choice. Very, very good choice. Super, super good choice. That's a 10 out of 10 choice. So you jump up. I want to hold on the button to slow time while I shoot my arrow. Hit R2 to hold the arrow in, right? Perfect. Everything's good. But because I hit this button too fast, I do a heavy attack into the ground instead. That kept happening to me. Stuff like that is really, really, really frustrating. Because it breaks your momentum, it makes you get hit and die, and stuff like that. I should also preface that I did play the game on the hardest difficulty, which I don't think I would generally recommend. Maybe one notch down. Maybe one notch down from the hardest difficulty would be a better choice, because I don't think the difficulty in the game is good. It didn't necessarily. It didn't feel very. It felt satisfying defeating some enemies, but not others. And a lot of it has to do with that the gameplay feels. It feels almost too punishing. When you play something like Elden Ring, you expected this. You expected the gameplay to be punishing. If you don't have pinpoint accuracy on your controls, you expect to be punished. In this, it feels like they do the same thing, and it just doesn't feel like it's like it jives with the game well. Compared to something like God of War. God of War, also very similar gameplay style, but in that you have so much more flexibility to get parries off and stuff like that, which is weird when you compare it to games, right? Because you would think that Kina, which feels more like a game aimed at younger people, would be easier, while God of War should be, which is aimed at older people, should be harder. But it's I think it's completely different. I think this was harder in a lot of senses than God of War and God of War difficulty, which I think should say enough, right? Like, and that's not because the game is more complicated. It's just because of some of their choices. Like the fact that parrying in this has such a thin frame of where you can do it, and almost all the enemies do these stupid delayed attacks where they're like, oh, oh, I'm gonna hit you, and you're like, and you can't spam the button either. If you spam the button, it doesn't work. Because then you leave the frame, which I think in God of War you can even do. So you're like, I'm gonna hit you, and you hold your shield up for 1 second. He's like, oh, got you, and then he hits you, and then it's game over, basically. Which just isn't funny. Isn't fun, I should say. It's probably funny, but it isn't fun. But they did do a good job of like a variety of enemies, tons of enemy variety, and in the challenges, which is a different part of the game, they even had some enemies that didn't show up in the base game. That's kind of cool. Like they put that much effort into it. They were like, hey, we're gonna have these enemies, and we're gonna put more enemies into challenges. Like they're actually putting work into the game. We kept encountering new stuff. We kept encountering old enemies. Like and the way you defeat enemies too is very satisfying. They have a lot of weaknesses you can do. You have a lot of different ways you can build a character. It's very satisfying from that aspect for sure. And I think if I played it on an easier difficult, I probably would have come out with a bit more of a positive look on it, because I wouldn't have had to struggle through so much of these problems over and over again. The other part of the gameplay, of course, is the Metroidvania kind of exploration segments of the game, and I thought those were good too. They introduce a lot of different segments to the game and a lot of different ways to solve things, but they don't keep introducing them. So eventually, you just have kind of the same type. You have the same keys to solve the puzzles. Toy Story for the PlayStation 1, that was stupid difficult. Oh yeah, dude, I remember playing that game on PC, I think. On like a laggy old PC, and it was impossible to play. The fact that you have the same puzzle types over and over again without introducing new mechanics all the time means that you can kind of get used to them and learn how to do them. And while they maybe could have done a bit of a better job to keep the puzzles challenging, I thought they were good all the way through, and I had fun doing them. Finding the stuff was also relatively easy. But I would say that with a game that has kind of like relatively slow traversal, I probably would have added some more tools to find the things that you're missing. Particularly when you have a map you can see stuff on and stuff like that. Because I ran through some of the areas multiple times to find things, and I just couldn't. Then when I eventually found them, they were in the most obvious locations possible. So it maybe add some sort of like thing that tells you roughly, like maybe split the areas up a little bit more, something like that, just to make it clear like where exactly you're missing something. I think that would be a good feature for the game for sure. I think that from the challenges, I think that the ones where you had, I think they're all decent, but I think for the hardest difficulty, the ones where you have to beat those special long wave fights in various ways, those are just frustrating and not fun on the hardest difficulty. The boss fights are fine. I actually defeated all those that I could, and those were easy. Where these shine though are like the speedrun courses and the hitting the targets. Those were actually really fun. I think they should have focused more on that type of content rather than, defeat this wave of enemies. I don't think that's very entertaining personally, but that's just like a preference thing, I think. I think that from a boss fight perspective, which is kind of the last segment here, the boss fights themselves were fun and varied. All of them had different mechanics to them, which is cool. I think on hardest difficulty, especially towards the ending fights, were probably a bit more frustrating and less fun than it should have been. And a lot of that kind of has to do with how punishing it is to fail a parry on those difficulties, when the game feels like it's most based around parrying. And to be fair, I don't know how easy it is to parry on the easier difficulties. I didn't really get a feel for that. It could be that it's super, super, super easy, but I didn't get the sense that it is. I think it's the same on all difficulties. I think a lot of the combat and difficulty in this could have been, a lot of the frustration could have been solved by making this easier to parry. Just easier to parry in this game, then it's like a 10 out of 10 combat system, I think. Super satisfying, super fun to do, lots of different mechanics, lots of things that build into each other. The big frustration with the boss fights were the two ending fights. The dude, whatever his name was, and the corrupt rot god. I have no idea how you're supposed to fight that dude without spam parrying his abilities. I genuinely have no idea. Well, I did that, but
amazing.
That was a lot of fun. Yo, Mortis, what's up? Hello. God damn it! In the middle of the review. Here. We'll spend time very soon. Oh my god, how could I ever foresee this?
Show him you ass. Show him you ass.
What is a review? Did you add the game yet? I think so.
Did you use your root? Oh wait, they're still there, aren't they?
Oh god.
Why is he here?
I'm gonna. Oh my god.
Me.
Sal, are you seeing that? Oh no. Did you lose the runes?
What the hell?
He can't get me if I'm on a ladder, right? He can't kill me if I'm on a ladder, I think. Ladder, protect me.
Hey!
Big brain. Never mind.
Nice. Good clips. Good clips. Thank you, Mortis, for a raid. Super, super appreciate that. Everyone, please go check out Mortis. Why can't I type Mortis? What the hell? Oh, there. Everyone, please go check out Mortis. Push a button up right. It should be like right here somewhere on your chat, just right above it. Never get off the ladder. Endaline here, video game broadcaster. We just finished Kina, so I'm doing a review of it. If you are worried about spoilers, I would close my ears right now because I'm talking about the literal end of the game. But we will soon be spinning. I don't see the button. I think that's because you're already following, maybe. So we will be spinning the wheel to determine what we're playing next. I'll squint my ears. Let's see here. You were playing Resident Evil 4. Oh yeah, you're doing the DLC still, I assume, right? Hello Q. Hello Mortis. What's up? What's up? Hello everyone. I've never seen Mortis without a green screen. What the hell? Did you know Mortis didn't used to have a camera at all? It was great /10. That's a good review. That's a really good review. That's a lot of letters. That's like 5 letters out of 10, so 5 out of 10. Okay, so to finish talking about the game, so because I was basically done with talking about it. The two ending fights, which is what I'm saying. Avoid close your ear holes if you care about spoilers for Kina. The two ending fights were not well designed, I think. The one fight, I think, was... the first fight, I think, was just too difficult. Like, with the parry mechanics the way they are, which is too difficult and not fun at all. The second fight was just boring. Just outright boring, because of the way it was designed, where you could only hit the boss in certain areas. And then it was 3 stages, and then no checkpoints at all, and it took a long time to get through all the stages. That was just boring. That's just a boring fight. That could have been solved with checkpoints, so... Instruction unclear. Holes were covered. Good. What decided that if his game is up next, he'd do a backflip for us? Keep this in mind before you spin the wheel. Deploy the pre-recorded wheel. But I think the ending of the game itself, great. Like the ending cutscene, super. Like all the other stuff, super good. Very, very solid. Like if they made a Kina 2, I would buy it instantly. That's no problem at all. Overall, a super solid game. Also, it needs to be said how cute these little rotter dudes are. Like, they did a great job with the design of these guys. They look so adorable, and I have no idea how this didn't kick off with kids. They should have just made this an animated movie or something. It would have been like they would have done such a good job with that. I didn't even talk about that at all. The rots in this are incredible. Yeah, they're just called rot. They're just called a rot. R-O-T. Yeah. Actually good despite looking like Disney stuff. And yes, this is an actual good game. This is an actual unironic good game. Like I would recommend people play this game easily. It has a bunch of problems. It's not as refined as something like God of War. It ate your cursor. It's not as refined as something like God of War would be. Like I wouldn't say like, oh yeah, this is just on par with God of War. But it's up there. Like it with more refinement, this is would be a really good game. Without it, still a solid experience that you could have fun with. You do have to be able to engage with Kina as a character. Like obviously Kina looks like I don't know how old she's supposed to be, but obviously she's not supposed to be like an adult. You do have to be able to engage with that and engage with how cute the game is, and how sad it can be at times. You do have to engage with that, I think, for it to be like a really good experience. But I think the mechanics in it are fun. Like I think they did a good job with that. I think if you like really hard games and you play this on like the second hardest difficulty, you would probably have a really good time. I think if you like being punished, the hardest difficulty is really good. I hate cute things. Nice. Delius. And like I said, one thing I forgot to mention. Yeah. The way this game engages with the rot is really good. Like, mind-blowingly good. You can capture up to 100 of them. There's 100 max, at least on the regular New Game. Might be more New Game Plus. And I think all of them follow you around. They're all following you around. They have this like I don't know, like attachment system where they will pop up on objects too. So you'll see them like pop up on things that you interact with. They'll jump up on statues and stuff like that. So they're like all around the world. They keep popping up over and over again. And you can give them hats that you unlock in the game. So you give them all different hats, so they all look different, and it's a really good system. Super solid. With that said, let's jump over here. Let's quickly do Metacritic. Let me go to this thing. Kina. 20 hours. So 5 hours more than it was listed on here. 6.4. You are high on crack cocaine if you think this is a 6.4 game. You are unironically high on crack cocaine. I'm telling you that right now. Played, yes. Yo, what's up, Gimp? I'm high on kebabs, but I stand by my rating 5.2. Well memed, sir. Alright. End of scale. 10 flawless masterpiece. 9 everyone should play this. 8 great experience worth playing. 7 good play if it sounds fun. 6 alright play if you like the genre. 5 average. 1 to 4 avoidable goals. 5.2, 6.4. You guys are high on crack. What is 0? I'm in. That is Golem. Yeah, Golem. Persona 5. I think if the end of this game was better, if I enjoyed that more, if I didn't literally have to put the difficulty down because I was getting bored, this would be in the 8s easily. But I think because of the ending of the game, should add 0 Golem there, yeah. Well, I need to play Golem first. We gotta see. Maybe it's good, who knows? I can't prejudge the game, guys. I think if this game I think if the ending was more solid, I would put this in the 8s easily. But I don't think I can do that with a good conscience, considering I didn't. Wait, this would be called Bridge of Spirits. Bridge of Spirits. I can't do it with a good conscience, considering I literally had to put the difficulty down because I was getting bored. So I think we're gonna put Kina at a solid. I thought it was really good. We'll put it as a 7.9. I think a 7.9 rating is pretty good for this game. Got Chernobylite on there. I had fun with that for a while. Yeah, I think the problem with Chernobylite is that I think the problem I have with Chernobylite is that they keep updating that game. So I keep like I'm like, I want to play it, but I don't want to play it 600 times, and I keep adding new content to it. 8.1. I don't know, Dwellis, how can you be shocked? How can you be remotely shocked by 7.9 when I've almost exclusively said positive things about the game with a few gripes here and there? How in the world? I would have given this like an 8.3 or something if it wasn't for the end of it. Maybe like an 8.5. The last 10 hours I've been also complaining. The last like 7 hours I've been doing the worst parts of the game. Oh yeah, I'm raving real hard. Okay. Oh, we gotta put it on the list. Do a Hearthstone stream? No. Let's see here. Kina, Bridge of Spirits. Alright, I think this should probably go. I don't remember what I gave Dragon's Dogma, but I think I enjoyed this more than Dragon's Dogma. I'm not sure about Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition now. I think I like Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition more, but I don't remember what rating I gave it. And the rating is too close to the correct rating. It happens. It happens sometimes. Hellblade scored high? No. Motus. That isn't Hellblade scoring high. That's all the other games below Hellblade not scoring high. Hellblade is like a 6.5 or something, I think. Oh, never mind. Hellblade. It's a 6.6. So it's not that Hellblade scored high. It's just that like, first of all, I'm not scoring Castlevania or Super Mario 64. So they're not scored. They're just kind of hanging out on the list. Hellblade 1 scored. Oh yeah, Hellblade 1 has like a 9.1 for me. Yeah. Hellblade 1 scored really high. But I love that game though. So with the exception of Super Mario 64 and the Castlevania, which I'm not rating, it's just that everything else there was just kind of mediocre. No, Kino's lower on the list. Kino's here. I was moving it up, not down. It was moved up, not down. Kino is 6 spots above Hellblade 2. Any other housekeeping we need to do here? I don't think so. Let me go over here. Let me do. This should not be here for sure. Let me quit out of Kino. Alright, here's the thing. I gotta eat food, guys. Do we want the roll before or after I eat food? Do you want the excitement afterwards? I guess I'll do it before, that way people can decide if they want to hang out or not. We'll spin before. That way people can decide if they actually want to be here or not. Alright, let's spin the wheel, everyone. I want to know if I need to do a backflip. Nuts? We already played Nuts. Nuts is not on the list anymore. I swear to God. Alright, we're playing pinball, everyone! Unless Timpan is in the chat right now, I'm just gonna remove pinball. Actually, I'll just close it. I'm gonna respin unless Timpan happens to be in the chat right now, because I haven't seen Timpan in ages. Unless anyone wants to see pinball, because I don't what is pinball? How do I play pinball? Pinball FX on Steam, is that what I'm playing? Well, okay, well, I have to respin anyway, I guess. I closed the tab. Alright. Backflip, 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 backflip. Oh god. Alright, let's do the Stone Shard prologue. Can you play a clip? Depends what the clip is, I guess, but I'm gonna go grab some food. I think this is free. We've already... Okay, I don't even know what this link is. Do you have like a real link? I don't... What is that link? There's a Stone Shard. Yeah, I know the game is in early access. I think, because we already spun this, and I was like... Just click it? No. I won't just click it. Wrong. How would you click this? Alright. I did. I just did. What now? It says owner Brian 6932. Alright. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do Stone Shard Prologue. Good one. This should be, let's see how long this is. Stone Shard. Oh, like 3 hours. Okay. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Let's see here. Post that in general. Alright, Mortis doesn't have to do a backflip right now. I'm gonna quickly go grab my food, then we'll do a little bit of direct streaming until I'm done eating, which will probably take like 20 minutes. Got a big enough list? No. No, 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 no. BRB. Hello, darkies. I can't believe how hard I destroyed those dudes. It's actually insane. That was actually insane. Wait, I just saw Majima walk through the door. He didn't even open it, he just walked through it. My immersion is destroyed. And you're sitting there like, this is the person next to you. Did you see that? That's what Konak likes. We're hearing a bomb in here. Jesus, look how dummy thick he is. What could this possibly do? Oh, okay. Wait, I have to grab this pizza. Yo, what's up, shark? I don't like it. I don't like it. Good night. Minute save is currently 2:30 in the morning. Oh my god. Make it stop. I'm sure. Oh yeah, true. What is it doing? Just go up. Oh god, this is terrible. Oh, that was. No, 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 no. That's like that's a clip from like the first year I was streaming too. Alright, I'm gonna eat some food, we're gonna watch something while we do, and then we'll be trying some Stone Shard prologue after that. It's 1 out of 3 games we're gonna be rolling before we, that isn't Golem, before we, play, the Erd Tree. The shadow of it, at least.